Talking about men on Twitter usually results in something that I can only describe as pure entertainment. Let me show you one such situation. This situation begins with Eldritch Mother. And I was actually recording this segment right now, and it looks like she literally got suspended in the middle of my recording. Luckily, I have a backup plan, because I still have the tweets. They're right here. It says, if you as a woman or femme person genuinely want to combat patriarchy, one of the easiest things you can do is make it safe for the men in your life to be vulnerable with you. It is shocking the amount of women who not only think less of men who are willing to cry in front of them, men who are willing to express uncertainty or fear, but also are comfortable enough in being contemptuous of this, they'll straight up talk about it like it's a good thing. Not to mention, it's apparently normal for women to shame men for being bi or attracted to trans people. Even from a purely practical standpoint, it doesn't make sense. You're contributing to your own oppression by upholding rigid standards about how different genders should act. And of course, as I mentioned, the entertainment factor, which of course comes from the responses. For example, this lady who apparently can't think without adding a bunch of question marks and exclamation points to her text. And you got people asking how this combats the patriarchy and making some witty responses about how it doesn't do anything and it's just coddling men. Or this woman who will make a generalization about men and boys, and Garfield memes on her in response saying, I'm not going to be nice to anybody until there are no more horrible people in the world. Obviously, that's an unrealistic goal and no reason to be rude to everybody. Here's another one. You're expecting us to love people who don't even see us as human? Like, what a weird take. That's just an absurd claim, right? And they act like women don't treat women poorly either. They certainly do. As a matter of fact, one of the worst crimes ever committed in the history of the United States of America happened to a young girl by a woman, the adoptive mother, and also her children and even kids from the neighborhood and school, apparently. Not all of them, but a portion of really sick ones. You had a woman, you had boys and girls doing terrible things to this young girl, and I don't want to get into any more details about that because I've actually tried to forget this whole thing from my memory. I regret ever reading about this. Anyways, back to the tweet. Lilith Lovett had this to say. Thousands of unironic misandrous men haters mauling in their replies / quote retweets over what should be a very non-controversial take. How dare men suggest that you make men in your life feel safe to be vulnerable around you. She added, I guarantee you these are the same people that say stuff like feminism empowers men to be emotional and vulnerable. She then retweeted this tweet from Sat that says, I'm going to scream, and it compiles responses that are even worse than the ones from earlier.
If you as a woman or femme person genuinely want to combat patriarchy, one of the easiest things to do is to start rejected men for no reason.
You are the weakest link and I hope you and them all perish.
Men, you can be vulnerable to me. I love when people tell me things that they're afraid to tell others. It's super convenient for future occasions where I'll need to remind them of our little secret as leverage.
Know if a man cries around me and redacted his fingers.
Well, those people are all freaks, aren't they? And chances are, if any of them find out about this video, they're going to say that I'm harassing them, when I'm literally just showing what they have said to the internet. Let's close by going back to Eldritch Mother for a second, and, I wonder how she got suspended. And it doesn't say suspended here, it just says doesn't exist, but if you go to her other tweets to, see the tweet itself, it says it's from a suspended account. So I suspect some of the really salty creeps went through her Twitter history and just reported everything, and eventually something stuck. I know that this is a technique because, well, they overtly talk about doing that at times, but also because people try to report me. Like, every day I get some message from Twitter that there's a German law that says when someone from Germany reports you that they have to let you know. So if I'm getting reports from Germany that someone from Germany is reporting me, there's probably people from all over the world reporting my account. They just don't have the law that forces them to inform me like Germany does. But I'm still here. They can keep trying and failing. It's rather amusing. Guess that's that. So, as always, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comments. And also, shout out to the whole community. As you can see, our fundraising has been going very well. So, thank you, everyone, whether you've been able to donate or view the content. Everything helps. So, thank you. And I'll see you in the next one.